What up, YouTube? I'm gonna add the webcam, start adding the webcam to my videos. That'll also serve a added bonus of covering up the move list. I'll leave the engine eval uh, shown, but I'll cover up the move list so you won't be able to kind of have a spoiler alert and see where the game is going. Or if I ask you to think about a move and guess the best move, you won't be able to just look at it, assuming it's in the variations list. But my computer's really slow, so the webcam gets all frozen. So I'm going to add 8 gigs of RAM, and hopefully that'll solve that problem. Excuse me. Sorry about that. David hates coughing. Let's check this one out. We got a Polish opening. And I like this d6 move. You know, you could take this pawn, and then he'll take your pawn. I mean, this is obviously going to be good for black. And he gets a lead in development. He's going to get another lead in development. He's going to get more development when he attacks this piece. On the other hand, he did give up a central pawn for a wing pawn. Engine says equal. And also says this is equal. And practically speaking, I usually take because I like more open positions, but no real comments so far. Knight f6 I would play here. David plays f5. Okay. Can't really comment too much so far, but queen f6, this just seems a little strange. Just putting your I mean, white's playing strangely, so why also play strangely? Just you can punish white with just normal development. I guess David's idea, and I'm hoping David starts sending me annotations as he said he would do for his games before he sends them. I guess his idea is white's developing on the queen side, and so black wants to attack on the king side, but you're not going to do that with just your queen. Bishop e2, and here's the losing move of the game. That is if white plays this move, winning the queen. But white plays a bad move, just defending. And here, once again, he has a chance to win the queen. Knight f6 would have protected the square, but instead knight bd7. And yeah, now he blocks his own threat, so David can develop his other knight. Engine recommends castle queenside. No, it doesn't. I wouldn't. Not castle queenside in this position. Knight c3 for white seems more aggressive. You can push this pawn. You're controlling this square more. Knight bd2 just seems kind of passive. Yeah. Again, just develop your pieces. This move's kind of inflexible. I mean, probably you don't want to castle queenside, but you may want to, and really, I think it's too early to know where this rook should go. I mean, who knows? Maybe you want to break with a5. Maybe you want to, if somehow the center opens up, yeah, you want it here. I could foresee instances if white plays this pawn and you trade pawns where you might want it on the c file. So, whereas you pretty much know you want your knight here. I guess there could be instances where you want it here, but here just has more forward motion. So I don't like rook d8. Oh, is there already a tactic here? How can there be a tactic? What am I missing? Knight takes e5, knight takes e5. Bishop takes e5. Oh, yeah. But probably white's not going to see this if he didn't see queen win either, but yeah, this tactic is still on. He wouldn't do this right away because this knight can check and win the bishop, and then you're getting 3 pieces for the queen. Takes, and now you can't take back. So white's just won a nice central pawn. Black's pawns are kind of stupid looking. Yeah, so that's interesting. So rook d8 is also bad for tactical reasons. Knight h4 instead, much less good move. Queen comes up, but yeah, now f4 is possible. And note, none of black's kingside pieces developed. Not to mention, this bishop's aiming at the kingside. So after f4, if takes, um, yeah, could take back, uh, come back with one of the knights, then hit the queen like this. This pawn is hit. Oh, wait a minute. Listen to me babbling and babbling. The knight is just hanging. Yes, you have to take with e pawn. And yeah, how's white could unravel in this position? Already, this is big trouble. g6. If g6 is the best move, that's not a good sign. I imagine if here, I don't really imagine I'm trying to figure it out. Just, this is not a good situation. So f4 would have been a much better move, and for David, this would be a much better move. You're protecting this pawn. You can play bishop e7, eject the knight. F4, opening things up. Trying to expose this rook is not coming with tempo. I mean, you can't attack with just your queen. Your queen on a square like g5 or g4, attacking in certain situations is great, but all by herself with all the pieces back here is not the time to attack. You're behind in development. You gotta play defense and catch up. Yeah, you can see this is a traffic jam over here. And yet, yeah, somehow black is still equal because white's just making stupid moves. Yeah, again, lashing out without complete development. I won't comment much further than that. Okay, now you have some space, but you're letting yeah, and it just says h6. And if white takes, oops, because black has worse development, this actually favors black. I mean, the computer says white's a little better, but I mean the trades can favor black because black is worsely developed. Worsely, is that a word? Instead, David drives the knight back. I can't criticize this. That might be what I would do in this situation. Just gaining some space at least and keeping them closed for now. And he gives up his light squared bishop. Again, I'm surprised that engine said this is +1 for white. This seems pretty natural to do this. Yeah, the position's closed. Yeah, I don't understand the +1 eval for white. h5. Yeah. What should white have done? e4. With a threat. And now if here. You can't take back because why? Oh, obvious because of this. Oh, not because of that. Oh, this is hit 2 times. So, yeah. I guess maybe this is why the position was, I would say not e4. Not say castle. Anyway, you always have to be thinking about these pawn breaks, undermining the defense of another pawn that's attacked 2 times, especially when your queen is there. Just as difficult. And I have to go to yoga soon, so and also these are blitz games. Got all my excuses out there for why I'm not doing super thorough analysis of every move, but in a chess game, you can't really think too deeply about every move. But I'm just trying to explain things to think about: pawn breaks, weaknesses, etc. So queen c2. I don't know what the hell this has anything to do with anything, except maybe getting off the file of the rook with like 1, 2, 3 pieces and pawns in the way. Okay, now David plays a good move going after this weak pawn. King f2 is necessary. And knight df6. And then white, this is just awful. You're giving up this square, giving black everything he wants. And David jumps in. This is correct. King g1 takes the pawn. And now e takes f4 is obviously bad. Like, these pieces are terrible. And by taking this pawn, you're giving the knight an attack on your queen with tempo. Yeah, much better to take this way. If the pawn takes, you can safely castle, even though this looks like an ugly protection of the king. The nice thing is that white is in no position to attack you. If you castle, if here, it's no problem. I assume you can say take first, and after takes back. Oh, queen c8. Trading queens when you're attacking, but you are a pawn up and the position is so dominating. Oh, I assume if takes, maybe you can take this undefended bishop, and then if the king moves here, come back, and then take the queen. You want a clean piece. If the queen moves, oh yeah, this queen is overloaded. Defending this bishop, defending this bishop. Yeah, that would have been cool. And yeah, if white doesn't play d5, then black's just holding all the cards. These knights are beautiful. And yeah, +4 seems kind of high to me, but maybe that's my own positional weakness, and I need to work on that. But anyway, instead e takes f4, knight takes, queen e7. Still, black has an extra pawn. Oh, but queen e7 was not good. Queen f7 was protecting against the fork. Basic tactics 101. Don't play blitz if you can't see tactics as fast. And even I don't see tactics as fast. I fall into knight forks and stuff all the time and bullet and blitz, so that's why I'm trying not to play them until I'm like 21, 2200. And then for some bizarre reason he doesn't take the rook. He somehow thinks his knight is stronger than the rook. This is surprising, giving up this knight for the bishop. Oh, now it's saying castle. Rook g8. And then c5, I don't understand. Again, I'm going to need David's annotations to understand. And really, it's hard to annotate a blitz game or even remember what the hell you're thinking, which is why I'm happy for David. So, oh, actually, I can see, yeah, D can't take because this is hit twice. And, yeah, okay, but the main thing is he's creating this hole, which is not good. E takes, D takes, and then it's check. Queen c6 would be nice. Now this pawn is pinned to this bishop, so if queen trade, this pawn can never move. This doubled pawn also controls this square, where the knight could go to. There's discovered attacks possible on the black king. Rook d7 is also okay. Knight here, and then, yeah. Unfortunate, queen c6 is still very good. And black hopefully would have won this game, but because it's a blitz game, you don't know who the hell's going to win. Unless it's like Carlsen or 24, 2500. And if you watch blitz on YouTube, even these guys will blunder in time pressure. Obviously, not as much as mere mortals like myself, but don't play blitz, although I will analyze the next 6 or 8 games David sent me in blitz. So, yeah, after this, yeah, black loses his queen, and yeah, I'm not going to analyze the rest of this game. It looks like David held on pretty long. Let me see if there's anything interesting at the end. No, he's just a rook down. So yeah, I hope you got something out of this video. David said he likes the recap. So to recap, I don't very much like this queen moves in the opening, especially since you're going to lose the queen. And let's jump ahead. Yeah, rook d8 I didn't like because you should develop your minor pieces first generally. You're not sure where this rook wants to go. In some bizarro world, as Jablon would say, you might actually want to castle queenside. You also might want to play the A pawn. If things open up, you might want the rook here or here. So I'm not crazy about this move. Actually, yeah, here you're not attacking with just your queen with all these defenders around the white king. So this is a better move than this. So that's one more thing. And yeah, okay, you're pawn storming, that's great, but you're not developed, so I don't recommend that. I like this move, attacking weaknesses, and then after this, you're totally winning. This is correct. But yeah, taking the F pawn is not good. Taking this pawn is better. All the tactics and positional stuff after pawn takes d4 are hard to see in a 5-minute game, but what's not hard to see is you're making one of his worst pieces into one of his best pieces in one move by taking with the F pawn. And then, yeah, and then just the basic, yeah, and then don't lose your queen. And if it's not so easy not to lose your queen, don't play blitz. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this game. I will make more tonight. Bye.